Okay. There you go. Fantastic. How was your Wednesday? Tell me one good thing about your Wednesday, or you can type it in the chat. What? Yeah, one good thing about your Wednesday. Jaden. Volleyball practice. Do you like playing volleyball? Yeah. One time I was playing volleyball in middle school. A serve got right to my head. Guess what happened? No, probably. Maybe that's why I'm nuts. But the imprint of the volleyball on my head. Ouch. I mean, you can tell the lines and everything. Ouch. Tyler had football practice. Cool. What else? What? Hump day. Hump day, like camels. Camels, like the middle of the week, right? It is. So the weekend is coming. What else? Jaden? Did you have another good thing?
Well, one time in volleyball, I was playing against and I was served.
It can happen. You can get served in the head for sure. Sure. What about who else? Let's see. Lillian, we got free swim the last hour of swim practice. She liked that. Yeah. What else? Anything else? Good. Wednesdays are good. All right. Right. What's your favorite day of the week? Everyone says Friday and Saturday over here. Saturday.
Yeah.
Friday at 12 p.m. Why that specific time? Okay, got it. So you're like, oh, a new show is out. I'm gonna watch it. There you go. Is it? What movie is that? Oh yeah. The animated one? Which is it, the animated Avatar? There's a lot of Avatar movies out there, right, Lillian?
What did you say?
Isn't there a lot of Avatar movies? Which Avatar? We've seen two of them. We've seen.
Mom.
Yeah.
There's Avatar, Legend of Korra, and there's an Avatar movie that they tried to do, but it failed.
Not the Airbender one. Yeah, because there's a live action one. Anyway.
The one that came out in 2000.
Yeah. 2000. Yeah, it's a good story. Anyway, all right. Do I have a favorite day of the week? Lillian? You're on mute, girl.
Friday?
Friday, probably, because I get to clean the house on Friday.
No, just because you get free time on Friday.
Free time. I get free time on Friday. Fridays are my days off. There we go. All right. What? I like working though. Well, today it's our second week, and we talked about the books of the Bible, kind of like how they're brought together. And this week we're going to delve in on what the Hebrew Bible is. So I'm going to. I got too many screens. Wait a minute. Nope. I don't want to do that. But I want to share the screen. I'll share that. Is that what I wanted? What do you guys see? Do you guys see my email with Tyler's homework? Wait. Well, what the heck? Okay. What? Oh. Trying it again. Let me see it again. Let me try. Wait a minute. Maybe that's what I want to share. Baby shark.
No, stop that. I'll play that song later.
Wow, shoot ski. All right. Hey, those that are on Zoom, what do you see? Do you see my email?
I see the Hebrew Bible, Wednesday, September 22nd, 2021.
Fantastic. I'm glad because I don't see you guys anymore, but that's great. I'm glad you see that. We're gonna start. No, wrong thingy. That. Do you guys still see that? Hebrew Bible? You can shout on me in Zoom.
Yep.
Yay! The Hebrew Bible. And you know what? This is Pastor Phyllis's favorite because I got to study it for at least 3 years in college, the Hebrew Bible and what it entails. What? I love studying. Do you know that one of Pastor Phyllis's goals is to get a PhD? I don't know why. PhD in what? I don't know what. But I love school. I love learning. All right, the Hebrew Bible is foundational to both Jewish and Christian faiths, right? But that doesn't mean that it belongs only to us, but it's not someone else's scriptures either. It's the story of God that Jesus engaged his disciples and the people with. The Old Testament, the Hebrew Bible, starting from Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, boy, all the way. It's pretty much the biggest chunk of our scriptures. The Hebrew Bible paints a full picture of God's relationship with humanity, and there are peaceful and violent stories in the Hebrew Bible. Name one of the stories in the Old Testament that you can think of off the top of your head. What do you think? Nicole's got her hand up here, so what's the story? David and Goliath, is that a peaceful or a violent story? It is violent. He took stones and pretty much killed a person. Okay, what else? What's a story that you remember? Old Testament. Old Testament. Noah and the ark, that's in the Old Testament. A lot of people like that. What? Tell me how it's violent. Yeah. I mean, yeah, people, yeah, so Noah and his family and animals enter the ark, and then all the other people, yeah, they die. Yeah, that isn't all right. I'm trying to think about peaceful stories. I mean, there's a lot of, there is violence, but you know, it's all part, it paints the picture of God's relationship to humanity. Like for example, with Noah and the ark, there's restoration, recreation. That's one example. All right, let's move on. Oh, and the picture over here, that you have over here is Hebrew scripture, and Hebrew reads right to left. Okay, Lillian, you raised your hand. What's up? Unmute yourself.
You asked us to get a story from the Old Testament and Adam and Eve.
Or Adam and Eve, yeah. And for the most part, that's pretty good until when? Well, I don't think there's a lot. I mean, in the whole story of Adam and Eve, there's not necessarily violence, but there's kind of like dissatisfaction because they eat the fruit from the forbidden tree and God kicks them out of the Garden of Eden. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, raise your hand or just unmute yourself, Jenna or Tyler. So there we go. Any other stories? Forgot the place. So the Hebrew Bible has different writings to it. You know, you guys have learned about genres like fiction, nonfiction, informational kind of text. The Hebrew Bible has law, history, poetry, drama, adventure, and more. It's all in these books. You can find something in everything. So it's not just history or actually it has genealogy too in there. So look at that. Fantastic, right? Can you see all those letters? And remember that it reads from right to left, right to left. Let me grab some. Not necessarily. I'm going to Zoom people. I'm going to send you some Hebrew alphabet charts so you can learn it.
That's go backwards.
What?
Hebrew people know that as hello.
Here you go, just for your information. I minored in Hebrew. Minored in it, and I think it's a really beautiful language. And I was studying this language, I think helped me open up and understand the Old Testament. And it made a lot more depth to it too. And did you know, our brothers and sisters in the Jewish community about your age already know how to speak Hebrew and read Hebrew, because as their formation, right, when they're young, they learn Hebrew so that when they have their bar mitzvah, or for girls it's bat mitzvah, they actually know what they're reading, the Hebrew in the Torah. Amber. You know, it's about the same time period, but it's a different language. A different language. So we're gonna go through it because I think it's fascinating. This letter is Aleph. Yep. Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zion, Chet. It's Chet. You gotta go at the back of your throat. Exactly. Chet. Tet, Yod, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samek, Ain, He, Sadi, Kof, Resh, Sheen, and it's kind of together. There's Sheen and Seen and Tav. Tav. So that's the Hebrew alphabet. How you say, hi, my name is Shalom, Shmi Phyllis. So you say Shmi. Shmi Amber. Shmi Jaden. So there you go. Now you know how to say something in modern Hebrew. Any questions or thoughts? Questions or thoughts? All right. I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to stop share. I'm going to try some. Do you guys on Zoom have any questions? Is it interesting? Is it boring?
It's interesting.
Okay, good. Thanks. Thanks, child. Okay, so I was going to show, let's see if I can put it over here. This is that whiteboard, right? And so I'm going to write, so Aleph, this one. Aleph, there you go. Bet. What? No, that's a good Aleph. As best as I can on the laptop or whatnot, but it's alphabet. So that's how it starts, and you build your letters that way. What? Aleph? Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did. So when I talked about, okay, I'm trying. Okay. All right. So when I said about the sheen scene, right? So down here, So this with a little dot over here would be sheen. And a little dot. This is another one. It's just really small. And a dot over here would be seen. That's all the difference between those two letters. I just had to show you. Well, we're going to be learning about a word called Shema. And Shema is found in Deuteronomy. So let me go back to the sharing. I want to share. Okay. I'm going to share. Come on, little doggy. I want you to open up Bibles. Try to open up the Bibles. I have it on the screen too, but Deuteronomy, if you don't, we do have some Bibles back behind the boxes here. So Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. And it's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. It's 5 first books of the Bible. Go ahead, you can go get it. Yeah. Just go get it. I mean, we're all learning, but if you need to stand or if you want to sit on the floor here, by all means, make yourself comfortable. It's the last of the 5 books of the Bible. And Deuteronomy in the name in Hebrew actually means second. So it's a lot of repeats. You do? Exactly. So you can use just find Deuteronomy in your Bible and then go to the big number 6 and little numbers 4 through 9. What? You need a Bible? You're good. You're just standing because you're like, I hurt. Deuteronomy. So do you want me to help you? Page 189. Oh. 189, Deuteronomy. Big number 6. So we're at 2, 4, 5, 6. Little numbers. Then you have little numbers 4. Got it? Got it? Got it? Fantastic. Deuteronomy. And it says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord alone. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and all your might. Keep the words that I am commanding you today in your heart. Recite them to your children and talk about them when you are at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you rise. Bind them as a sign on your hand. Fix them as an emblem on your forehead and write them on your doorposts of your house and on your gates." So that's Deuteronomy 6, 4 through 9. And this is a very important piece of scripture, not only for us Christians, but also for Jewish people. The Shema is like, you know how like in church we have the gospel acclamation? Right before we read the gospel reading, what word do we usually use for the gospel acclamation? Hallelujah. That's it. Yep. Yeah. And it's not, the picture in the middle is there is Hebrew. And that actually that's the Sheen, Mem, Ein. So Shema. And see these little dots, 2 dots here under the Sheen. And this, it's more of like, I kind of scrunched the picture, but there's a line. The dots and the line are the vowels. Those are the vowels. So if it's 2, it's like an eh. If it's a long, It's an ah. If it's like a T, it's like an ah. It's ah. Anyway, probably another. But that's Shema. Shema Adonai Echad Shema. So hear, O Israel, the Lord your God, the Lord alone. What do you think Shema includes? Why do you think the Shema includes the phrase, the Lord alone? What do you think? What do you think? Amber? So Shema is like, has your parent ever really wanted to get your attention or tried to get your attention and just was like, hey, right? Yeah. So basically in the Hebrew, Shema is like, open up your ears, listen, like this is important. So Shema means listen. And the Lord alone means focus on God. The Lord alone means focus on God. What else might have been mistaken for God by the Israelites? Think about Bible stories. What did the Israelites in the wilderness, what happened with Moses? They made a golden calf. They made a golden calf because they couldn't see God. And they were really questioning whether God was with them. So they made another God. There were also other groups of people, like King Nebuchadnezzar would take all of the Israelites and put them in exile, like would remove them from their land and bring them to a new place. And like King Nebuchadnezzar, he wanted all the people to worship his God. And a lot of the people, especially Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, were like, no, we're supposed to hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord alone. So this is really important. And still to this day, you might, if you ever have Jewish friends, you will have right in their door, the main door that they come in and out, they have this little box, and in the little box is a scroll with the 10 Commandments. And that's how they adhere to what this Deuteronomy passage says. So when they look at it, they remember God's commands. Does anyone have a cross, like that's by their entrance door, or when you come into your house, do you see a cross on your wall or something? I have one on my office door. I like that one. In your bedroom, say, yeah, and we have crosses around in our houses so that we remember who we are as we go out. What might be a God for us today? And you all on Zoom could put in the chat or just unmute yourself too. So let me know. What do you think is a God today? I should have looked up the Hebrew alphabet video. Do you remember that from last year? I know, I should probably play that maybe at the end. That was fun. It was crazy. What's a God? Maybe money? Would money be a God? You know what? Sometimes I think perfection might be a God. Perfection. Well, we're all striving to be perfect though, don't we? Sometimes that kind of overtakes us a little bit. We forget or we get injured or something like that. All right. What is something that you try to remember every day? What is something that you try to remember every day? What is something you try to remember every day? Jared. Something you can always get better at? Yeah, something, yeah, sure. Yeah, no. Today I almost walked out of the house without brushing teeth. Sure did. I went, nope, nope. Yeah, it's a good thing to remember. It's only happened to me a couple of times, but there have been times like leaving for church on Sunday that I've walked out of the house in my slippers. And then I looked down at my feet. Wait a minute, wrong shoes. You know, I would probably just leave church without shoes. That's probably what I would do. It can happen. Yeah. Do you have a motto that you live by or a set of personal values that you keep? Do you have a motto? Motto. Lillian says she tries to remember her locker combination. Good idea. Jenna, that you will always can be better. Very good. Like a motto. Well, I mean, some like brands have mottos. Yeah, a phrase. Like I see on the Mosini scroll, it's always what is it? Today is a day to be great or something like that. Today is a great day to be great. That's a motto. Do you have a motto? What? Yeah. Yeah. What's a motto? Amber.
You can always be a better person today than you were yesterday.
You can always be a better person today than you were yesterday. That's a good one. Jaden, you have one? Yeah. Sure. Yeah, it could. Mine is let's do it. Like I just kind of think I'm a team. All right, it's Wednesday. Let's do it. Let's go. I cheer myself up. Jane. It's not whether you fall, it's whether you get back up. That's a good one. That's a good motto. Yeah. Jasmine.
All that service and charm, all that sweetness and then strength, all that peace that comes at night, came no time that touched your form.
Wow, that's a good one. Where did that come from? That's pretty good. Excellent. Did you know that a lot of our hymns started out as poems? Okay. Yours is on your email. So you have to send me an email so you can see it. Go fight, win. I don't know. Okay. All right. Well, think of like your motto. Okay, this passage tells us to keep these words in your heart. How is that different from keeping them in your mind? Ooh, that's a good question. What's the difference? You hold words in your heart versus words in your mind. Amber?
What do you keep in your heart when you like feel it? In your mind, you just think of them.
That could be. It could be. If you have words like on your heart, you kind of hold them. You have feeling behind it, but if it's your mind, it's kind of just like a function. Yeah. What else do you think? Jared? One can't forget. The heart can't forget. Dang. That is deep. that's true. The heart remembers a lot, doesn't it? Oh, for sure. Yeah. What would keeping them in your heart look like? What do you think? Amber.
I think it's not accurate. It would just look like literally it would just look zero right there.
Okay. Okay. What would you? Oh, I thought you said. My mind was wandering. Show them to your children. So a lot of things in the Hebrew, the word right, like what actually means to cut, because how did they write predominantly around the Old Testament era? They carved into stone. So they cut stone, right? Like the 10 Commandments. Or in fact, if they really wrote on like plant-based paper, or that was kind of rare when, I mean, it eventually got there. But they also took like leather, like animal hide, and cut words into the skin. So a lot of the times when in the Hebrew Bible, when it's mentioned like write these or write them on your heart, I mean, it's kind of like real permanently remember these and write them on your heart. So kind of like keeping them in your heart is like tattooing, like branding these commandments. Any questions or thoughts? Am I doing okay? All right, we're gonna watch the video. All right, this is a test run. Those on Zoom, you gotta put in the chat if you could, yes, if you can hear the sound, okay? Maybe they won't hear it on the TV, so we'll try this. Okay, here we go. Will the sound actually be on TV? Oops. Oh. Whoa, did I push something? Hold on. I think I pushed stop. Yeah, I did. Maybe not.
The New Testament, a family of beloved books that together tell the story of Jesus bringing the good news of God's love to humanity. And then there's the books of the Hebrew Bible, or what Christians call the Old Testament. The challenge with the stories of the Old Testament, as with our own extended families, is that while we know that they form the roots of our family tree, they often seem a bit strange or...
Oh, I see. That's what, okay, wait, oopsie.
difficult to understand. Take, for example, the story of Lot and his wife. Good and righteous people, they had been warned by two angels that their city, Sodom, was about to be destroyed because the people had turned their backs on God, which had led to a variety of excessively sinful, activities. For example, they were... The angels also warned Lot and his wife not to look back when God destroyed Sodom. But Lot's wife, being the curious type, couldn't resist one last peek, upon which God naturally turned her into a pillar of salt to punish her. Naturally. The Old Testament is full of colorful characters. Take, for instance, the story of Job. Job was an immensely successful man when Satan and God made they made a bet as to whether Job would renounce God if all his wealth and good fortune were taken from him. And so God allowed Satan to take away Job's wealth, livestock, physical health, and family in order to test his faith. But perhaps the best way to understand our relationship with the Old Testament is in the story of Jacob. Jacob was camping near a river when he was visited by a man, later revealed to be God, who immediately engaged Jacob in hand-to-hand combat. Naturally, they wrestled through the night. The man permanently damaged Jacob's hip. And finally, to break their stalemate, the man gave Jacob a blessing by naming him Israel. Yes, the Hebrew Bible certainly has its odd moments, and over the years has actually caused a great deal of, friction within the church. Still, as Christians, we know the Old Testament is very, very important. We just don't always know what to do with it.
Right. Give us that. Go to the next one just for the heck of it. Okay, so I'm going to stop just for a second just to make sure our Zoom people. Are you still alive, Zoom people? Did you hear the sound of from the video?
Yeah.
Good. Sure, sounds good. All right, we're going to keep going. But just wanted to make sure you guys started. So do you have any questions about the video or what is like something that was new to you? So one of my favorite pieces of that story of Jacob, when he wrestled with possibly God at the river, and then they changed his name to Israel. The name Israel actually means wrestled with God in Hebrew. Anything with that has the ending of El usually means God. Does anyone know of somebody named Nathaniel? Okay, that actually means gift from God in Hebrew. It's a Hebrew name. Gift from God. So that's like Ezekiel. That anything with L at the last name. Now, is this Nathaniel that you know of? Is he a gift from God? What? What? Really different? Yeah. This is interesting. Do you want to just hold it between you two, or is this some? So you all know him, don't you? Not the same guy, but. And do they have a Nathaniel club? They should. Yeah. There you go. So there you go. The gifts of God. All right. So let's go on. Do you guys have your orange books? Orange book. Orange book. I was told to stop with the tune. I could write a whole new church liturgy to the tune of Baby Shark. That might keep you interested. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Challenge. Amen. Amen. Woo! Yes, orange books. I'm gonna, if you don't, I'm gonna share it on the screen, and we're gonna have conversation around this. Boop, boop. Let's look at the first page, the Hebrew Bible. Oh, and what? In pink? Show it to me. OT is Old Testament. I don't know. That's interesting. Maybe it was somebody's book. Gave you something passed down. All right. Hebrew Bible is page 5. It's 5. Christians usually call the Hebrew Bible the OT, Old Testament. This part of the Bible was recorded by the Hebrew people to tell the history of God's relationship with people. The Hebrew Bible includes stories of anger, joy, yay, confusion, heartache, depression, desperation, imagination, creativity, beauty, darkness, light, and giving us a more complete picture of God. Like God is in all of those emotions, and those emotions are found in the OT. All right, let's look at the picture. What is it good for? Well, I read the top part, the little top part. And let's see. It says it's outdated, boring, confusing. Why would you want all this anyway? Legalistic, unpronounceable names. How many of you have ever looked at the Old Testament scripture readings at church and go, well, how do you say that name? Yeah, like Melchizedek, Nebuchadnezzar, Habakkuk. So there's a lot of names in that, but all the names mean something in Hebrew. It's new, it's fewer genealogies, more grace, less law, easy to carry Jesus. So that's the New Testament. Old Testament is a lot more. So what is it good for? Down at the bottom, it says the Hebrew Bible is best described as a backstory, part of the family tree, outdated, irrelevant, prequel to the New Testament, a roadmap. Write your answer in the empty starburst. Write your answer. What is it good for? What do you think the Old Testament is good for? If none of those fill in, just put in what do you think it's good for. What? Yeah, you can if you want to. Yeah, we're all gonna share. Or else I'll sing Baby Shark. The Hebrew. Put it in. I'll give you a few more seconds for that. Are you working hard over there in Zoom land? Zoom land. What do you got, Lillian? What does it mean for you?
It's kind of hard to pay attention because there's a lot of noise going on over here.
I'm kidding. That's okay. There's a lot of noise over there. So what does the Hebrew Bible mean for you? Like, what is it good for? Backstory, part of the family tree, outdated, irrelevant, prequel to the New Testament. It's on this little thingy. So write it in here, what you think the Old Testament, the Hebrew Bible.
A roadmap, really?
Yeah, there's a roadmap. Could be.
Okay, I think it's a backstory.
I think that was it. Okay. All right. What do you guys, Amber, what'd you write? A train track. Okay, kind of builds upon it, keeps moving forward. Sure. Jasmine. Yes, it's all of those. It really is. It really is. There's a lot of family trees in the Old Testament. Lots of family trees. Moses, David. It's kind of long. Jarek, he used the baño. Baño, bathroom in Spanish. Yo hablo español. ¿Y tú? Hi. I speak Spanish, and you? ¿Y tú? Un poquito. I really love languages. I just do love languages. It was pretty fun. I did that. All right, let's go on to the next one. I'll share. Baby shark. Okay. I'm just keeping myself awake, you know. Yo, ma shlom ha is how are you in Hebrew? Ma shlom ha. Shlom. See, when I traveled over there and when I minored in Hebrew, I did lots of the ancient, not a lot of the modern. I know she gave me some of the modern one, but the only thing that I remember is, you know, hi, shalom, shmi, my name is, and ma shalom ha is how are you? Shema. Like here, but I don't know about here. I know how to say here in Spanish. Aquí. Yeah, ahí is over there. Yeah, español, that's right. Yo hablo español. Inglés. I don't know how to say Hebrew in Spanish. I'll have to learn that. Okay, going on to the next page. Look at the big one, the epic story. You open it up. In between, it's an epic story. A traditional Jewish conversation involves lots of questions. Let me tell you, it does. A lot of the, what's neat about the Old Testament is that it was studied by a lot of rabbis, and all of the conversations were put in that between the rabbis about the Old Testament scriptures were put into books like the Talmud to kind of be a reference to support the studies of the Old Testament. It's quite fascinating. So instead of an answer, you might get another question. The relationship between the Hebrew Bible and the New Testament is a way to a back and forth between two interesting and important writings. Oral tradition. The Hebrew Bible is filled with stories that were passed down orally for generations. Like the written how to write didn't come, you know, it kind of slowly came into the world orally. So somebody said, this is like with the creation stories. On the first day, God created, right? They passed that down from generation to generation, and then it was written down. It was written down because it was important to keep passing it down. Do you guys have a story that's been passed down in your family about something interesting or important? Anything interesting? I know, lots of crickets. So I was visiting a member's father this week, and his daughter told me the story because he couldn't of the time that he served watermelon to Elvis Presley on a train. How cool is that? Right? That kind of story. So that was one that he passed down. You know, that was really neat and important. Anything like that? Important stories. Jared. He played what? Nice. Your uncle? Nice. So his uncle played baseball. That's kind of cool. Have you ever met anyone famous? Yeah. Well, who did you meet? No, but tell me about him. Okay. What team? Okay.
Basically, I was dating him after practice. He's dating like after, so yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he grew up in those.
So that's a cool story that you can pass down and things like that. Famous people. I met Jack Black on a street in Los Angeles. Yeah, we were just walking. I went, hi, Jack Black. That was it. Yes, he was very nice and very funny. Yeah.
I also went to like a pattern walk and like the same as your staff behind us.
That's cool. Yes.
Not me, but having my ELA teacher, Mrs. Robinson, at Oprah, like 2 summers ago.
Wow. So their ELA teacher met Oprah a few months ago. See, that's kind of stories that are passed down, or anything that's like important, like this is why our family does this. Do you have any stories like that? Traditions or Jasmine?
She one time got to meet the leader of Queen, like not Freddie Mercury, but the new guy.
Okay, nice. See, that's kind of cool stuff. So those are the, that's how things got passed down. Choose one of the pins on here and look up the passage. Do that real quick. Choose one of the pins. David, Rahab, Moses, Isaiah, John, and Jesus. You can look that up. Well, I mean, you circle one that you're going to look up probably at home because we got like 5 more minutes left. Yeah. David, you will look up Psalm 23 and Luke 2:4. What's Psalm 23? Let's just do it all together. Psalm 23. If I start it, you guys are going to go, oh, yeah. You ready? Not, well, I could sing it to Baby Shark. All right, I'll play the video. Psalm 23 starts, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. So that Psalms are come from, David was a writer of the Psalms. And then what's Luke 2:4-7? What about Luke 2? Luke 2:4-7. I'll look it up. I got it, everybody. Luke 2:4-7. It's in the New Testament. What do you think it's going to talk about? If David, that pen of David was Psalm 23, what is Luke 2 going to talk about? What do you think? All right, Luke 2, what was it? I forgot. 4-7, okay. Luke 2, 4-7. It says, Joseph also went from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to the city of David called Bethlehem, because he was descended from the house and the family of David. He went to be registered with Mary, to whom he was engaged, who was expecting a child. And while they were there, the time came for her to deliver her child, and she gave birth to her firstborn son, wrapped him in bands of cloth, and laid him in the manger because there was no place for them in the inn. So Psalm 23 is the Psalm of David, and actually you might see that as like a little print on your Psalm, but that in Hebrew, that's actually the first verse. So if it says like a Psalm of David, it really was. So that's the connection. We have the city of David, which is Bethlehem, where Jesus was born. So one of the homework pieces is look at this finish this up, okay? Finish this pages, finish the something for everyone, and then look up and circle one of the pins and just write what the similarities are between the verses that are written on there. Who wrote the Hebrew Bible? People sometimes assume that Moses wrote the first 5 books of the Bible, but most Bible scholars agree that he didn't. In fact, it includes stories from all kinds of people told and written over hundreds of years. Okay, so one more. So I want you to kind of finish up this page, pick a pin, and explore it. Just write a little bit there, fill in over here. Then, oh, I don't want that. Then on this last page, it also says read Exodus or read one of them. Read either Exodus, 1 Peter, or Galatians and answer the questions, wrestle with it. So that do option one of the squares on the last page. You basically can either take a picture and email it to me or show it, just go like this next week to show it to me. Even online, you can show it to me on Zoom that you did it. That would be great. Any questions? What? You know what? So I'm not, this is not a pass fail. You're not going to get A, B, C, or D, or E. You're forming your faith. So I'm helping you explore the Bible, explore the aspects of faith so that you grow in knowledge. Any questions? So we do have a youth group event. We're meeting this Sunday. We are going to be helping out at the Humane Shelter of Marathon County. So it's going to be neat. We'll meet for an hour. We'll drive up there. And then after our service, we're on Sunday, we're going mini golfing. Yeah, so I sent postcards to you all out. So if you can come, that'd be great. Great. It is 7 o'clock on the dot. We'll have to play the Hebrew alphabet song next week. That'll be fun. What? I love the Hebrew alphabet song. Jarek loves it. The Hebrew alphabet song. It was interesting. It was great. All right. Well, I will see you next week. I'll play it next week. And then if you can come in, we're going to do just a little bit of learning, like a recap, but we're also going to be sewing bags for Lutheran World Relief. So it'll be fun. What? Yeah, you're going to be using sewing machines and sewing. Yeah, I do. Jaden, you could do. This Sunday. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be easy. So next week. If not, I'm going to start, if you can't make it in person, I'm going to do something for like a half an hour online next week. Okay. Is that right? Thank you. Have a good night. Bye, Tyler. Bye, Lil.